Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to take a look at Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman #1, which is written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom, with artwork by Francesco Manna. And this is a very interesting series to me, because it's being published by Marvel, I guess licensed to Marvel. And it's a Japanese character that originated in the 1950s. It's been live action shows, anime and cartoons, and I would assume manga as well. I'd seen a few live action episodes of Ultraman. I'm not sure what series, because there's been so many reboots of it, but it was always on the Sci-Fi Channel, at least it used to be back in the day. And decided to check this out. It's a little bit pricey in terms of a regular comic. It's $6, $5.99, but it's much thicker. There's a bunch of side stories. That's why I see all these other names here. But we're just going to get into the main story here. And the artwork is very good. Very manga influenced, I would say. And it starts out in 1966 with Agent Moroboshi here driving this jet. And he's driving it, and all of a sudden, kaboom, it explodes. And Agent Moroboshi is lying there. And you can see this foreign language and a silhouette of a creature. Kind of looks like Ultraman, doesn't it? This is actually the Alex Ross cover, too. Very nice, right? So it cuts to 2020 with this young girl here on her way to work, I would assume, at this museum in memory of Moroboshi, and they're working for the Japanese headquarters of the United Science Patrol, and she's here, getting ready for her day on the job and going out there. And like I said, these characters very manga influence. Reminds me of like Tim Lim's art and the way that they're drawn, like with their eyes and everything, and their features. And they're flying around space and whatnot, and they see this kaiju monster, which is sort of like a Godzilla giant creature like that, and it just starts attacking her. Come in, get down, and start firing away. This looks pretty interesting too. Written by Kieran Gillen with Jason Burrows. Warhammer 40,000. I think that's like a video game or something. So this guy shows up, and he's happy to help, and he's sort of the main character's love interest, but he's sort of failed, not allowed to work there or something. He failed the test, he's not able to work, but he shows up anyway. He's a good marksman. So they're out there surveying what's going on. There's a UFO that's entered the atmosphere, and they're going to go out there and see what's going on. So they show up to where the UFO crash landed, and it's a giant orb that explodes. It opens up, and you see Ultraman, and once again speaking the foreign language. I guess that's Japanese, I would say, or maybe it's a robot, voice, and shows up. Just, oh no, look at its eyes, it's hurt, because they start firing at him, and there's this big explosion here, and the light is going into our friend here, Shin, and to be continued. Leaves with a nice cliffhanger. So that's like the main story of Ultraman. I just wanted to get into some other details of the other Marvel books. So this is a good Marvel book. I would say this is quite solid. I think it's going to be like a 5 or 6 issue miniseries. But you have this amazing Spider-Man. They're going to have, they're going to re-legacy number it and make 850. And then you have this 50. Then you have 50 LR, 51, then 51 LR. I mean, why can't it just be 50, 51, 52, 53? Why did they have to do that? It's so strange. And look at this ad right here. Champions. Hashtag for Kamala Harris. Obviously Kamala Khan, but pretty perfect timing for Kamala Harris. And this actually looks pretty interesting. This is going to be the next Marvel event, King in Black, which is going to be led by Donny Cates with his Venom. It's going to tie in with all the heroes, Black Cat, Immortal Hulk, I guess Spider-Man too, and Iron Man. And that looks pretty good. Noel's a pretty interesting character. I got the Venom trades for pretty cheap, for like $6 a trade, so I'm going to check that out. I haven't read it yet, but looks like an interesting enough character. And then there's these other side stories with, more cartoony art. Here's like a noir story where they're fighting kaiju monsters. Manga-inspired artwork. Nothing really to write home about it with this. Obviously they upped the cover price $2 more for these side stories, but I don't know. The main story was good. The side stories, not so much. And then here's Ed McGuinness artwork here of what's to come in the rise of Ultraman. So Ultraman's going to factor in here fighting Godzilla. Who looks like Godzilla anyway. And I guess another evil Ultraman. Looks like Atari, man. Doesn't that kind of look like the Atari symbol? And here's the X-Men event, and that's it. So I'd say it's a recommend. It's a little pricey. I wonder if the next issue will be, $4, or if they're all going to be $6 and have the side stories. But I'd recommend it. In terms of the other Marvel books, like I said, I highly recommend Daredevil and Thor. And then slightly less, I'd say Darth Vader and Star Wars. And then I put Ultraman right on that list. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And stay tuned for more new comic book reviews coming soon. Have a great day, everybody.